Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the today's session of Saturday Talk by Technologies. Today we have Professor Raghavendra Holla ji from MIT. A brief introduction about Professor Raghavendra ji. Professor Raghavendra Holla was born in the city of Kudapur. He completed his primary education in Udupi. He received his Bachelor of Civil Engineering degree with distinction from NMA MIT NITI under Vishwashraya Technological University in the year 2004. Today he is going to speak on the topic that is change is the only constant, which is based mainly on the focusing on the Engineers Day that is falling tomorrow. Sir, over to you from here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the introduction as well as thank you for the opportunity to speak on Engineers Day. I always take Engineers Day talk as my privilege. I started my career here in MIT after industry experience of 6 years. When I came here, I got first opportunity to speak on Sir M. Vishweswaraya. I take that as always privilege because he is my inspiration, and he is not only my inspiration, he is inspiration to many. That is the reason I always consider any opportunity to talk in Engineers Day. Definitely, it's a privilege, and I'm proud to present about Sir M. Vishweswaraya. And today's topic, as I was told, should be oriented towards Engineers Day as well as general responsibilities of engineers and other things. So I chose a topic which generally in most of the corporates, change is a very difficult task which has to be, when it has to be implemented, people at the management level, they know how difficult it is to implement change. So most of the people, they see change as let us say a barrier. Change as a barrier, and immediately whenever there is a barrier, there is a reaction from the people, so they will not accept it very easily. But nobody thinks that change can be a chance also, chance for improvement, chance for betterment. So with that aim in mind, I have just compiled some of the slides which speaks about Sir M. Vishweswaraya's life and lesson learned, as well as what are the changes that has taken place in technology and what are our responsibilities as engineers towards the nation building. That is the topic of the day. I once again thank Robotics for providing me an opportunity to share some of the things engineers on the occasion of Engineers Day. With this overview, I'll proceed with the first slide. So I request all the audience to unmute and tell me, identify this spot. Can anyone identify this spot?
Slide is not visible.
Slide not visible?
Joke falls.
Joke falls.
Joke falls.
Joke falls.
Joke falls. What do you see? What will be there in your mind when you see a joke falls? First, when you see a joke falls for the first time, what comes to your mind, or how do you feel?
One of the tallest falls.
One of the tallest falls. We feel proud that it is in Karnataka, or we say, wow, superb, fantastic nature, right? Generally, as people like us, common people, we think that, yeah, fantastic, a beautiful nature. We feel like staying there for some more time and spending some time with near and dear ones. But there was one person who actually said it's a waste of water. A lot of water is getting wasted. You know who is that man? None other than our Sir M. Vishweswaraya. When he visited this falls, instead of telling that, wow, Raja, Rani, Roarer, Rocket, there are 4 streams which are coming and a fantastic scenic look, what I can see. Instead of enjoying that, he said, my water resource is getting wasted. I should not actually waste this. Somewhere I should put a dam and I should actually go for generation of electricity. So with this vision, you can see there are 2 pictures on the left side of the slide. The first one is the dam constructed, bund constructed, and water getting diverted into Mahatma Gandhi hydroelectric power plant. You can see there on the bottommost corner, left bottommost corner. I was fortunate that my grandfather, who was a mechanic in the dam, what you see here, can you see this dam? This dam was operating the gates at its high levels. So my grandfather, maternal grandfather, was working there, and he has seen Sir M. Vishweswaraya. So this is the way a person can think when we have a lot of natural resources around us. We generally enjoy and we we will not take it as very serious, or the vision that he had, which is generally missing in common people. That's what I wanted to say with this slide. So when Sir M. Vishweswaraya comes in front of us, his picture comes in front of us, we see him as a very, very simple man, humble man with what we can say, simple, a small, complete personality we can see when he comes in front of us. But what he has done many things. Man with the diversified vision, I can say, because he has founded Mysore soap factory. In those days, Mysore was known for Mysore Pak. Other than that, Mysore Palace or Mysore Kings. But there should be some product which also should be there. The branding of the products which he has started by establishing Mysore soap factory and giving what we can say branding to sandalwood. Giving branding to sandalwood was his intention. Then advanced labs also, parasitoid laboratory. In those days, thinking about parasitoid laboratory is not simple thing. Leaving about labs, we can see Mysore Iron and Steel Works. So when we say that industrialization started in 1800s, so he has started in 1800s in India also, Mysore Iron and Steel Works, which is still there, Bhadravati Steel Works. So many industrialization he has initiated, and he has he has seen to it that it will run properly so that it will not collapse. The system will collapse and system will be sustainable. Bangalore Agriculture University. There are other universities are also there. General education, we may say that yes, it may come to anybody's mind. So he may not be a great person, but agriculture university, starting up an agriculture university is not the simple thought. So education as well as knowledge about farming, spreading the knowledge about farming was his idea. State Bank of Mysore. We say that we are all engineers and we lack skills in accounts and other things. But see this man, he has started State Bank of Mysore in banking sector also, and participation of people in Mysore government. The first time now presently what we say republic country, people's participation in decision making. Independent India has actually incorporated, but in 1912 when he was the Diwan of Mysore, he has convinced the king that it is not only we do the decision making, it is also the people who are there in the country or the state should actually make the decision. It was his idea before it was implemented in independent India. So governance, we can see a statesman in his personality. We can say that he is the person with diversified vision. So we know he lived on the earth, that too on our country, for 101 years. Complete century, 1 century he was there with us. So he has done many things. To name a few, we have he has designed intricate system for irrigation in Deccan Plateau. See, nowadays we see a lot of artificial flooding in our own metropolitan cities. It is purely because of improper construction. But the irrigation system and the flood protection system, he has done it for Hyderabad. Till today, it is the live example that if a person can design it properly, if the whole urban planning is proper, then there are no chances of artificial flooding. See, Bangalore, you see flooding. Chennai, you see flooding because of the stages, like stages of construction. First stage, second stage, third stage, fifth stage. Like that, it is stage-wise construction. Whereas if you see Mysore, the urban planning of Mysore, whole thing is focused at the center, that is the palace, and whole urban planning goes radially, so that whenever you go far away from the center, you get away far distance apart from anyone who is there parallelly traveling with you. Whereas that doesn't happen when you go in the stages. Like Bangalore, we have stages, development in stages. So all parallel roads, wherever you go, you have congestion. So congestion was avoided by radial urban planning, by Sir M. Vishweshwaraya. The Krishnaraj Sagar Dam, it's once again a live example that without utilization of cement, how a structure can be built, and still till today it is with very least maintenance. So any structure which is built for future with a future vision, we can say that Krishnaraja Sagara is the KRS Dam is one of the greatest example in Mysore what we can see. University of Vishweshwaraya College of Engineering. It is not only engineering should not be restricted to a small community. Engineers, more and more engineers are required for development of nation. With that vision, he has started University of Vishweshwaraya College of Engineering. You can see developed a system to protect Visakhapatnam port from sea erosion. See, what I can conclude from this slide is his diversified thinking, or I can say plethora of problems are actually addressed, which are local problems. We are not theoretically solving. These are actually practical problems which were existing in the society, and when it was taken to Sir M. Vishweshwaraya, root cause analysis and complete detailed plan, and with the futuristic vision was given by Sir M.V. with his dedication and meticulous planning. So I can say that any one of us, we see problems nearby in the local area, but we don't bother. We always comment that national highway is not proper, irrigation channels are not proper, it's getting clogged, or drainage of our city is not proper, or it is getting contaminated. But as engineers, did we try any time to address it? No. So the dedication of such people, definitely they have done selfless service to the society, so that their names are still there. They have not done it for name, but their names are still remembered because they have actually solved a practical problem which was faced by the whole society. After looking at all these changes, as an engineer, how I can engage myself in the social engagement so that I can bring a change in the society. So is it possible? Is it possible? The question was there with me also when I came from industry. So now God has given me some time to get involved myself in social engagement. So in what way I was thinking, what way I can engage as an engineer and I can help the society. I found some of the ways, just like education and outreach. So easy for any engineer, because practically when you have a lot of exposure, you have seen issues, you have worked and solved those issues, it is better if you transfer that through education and outreach, share the knowledge with the students, teachers, because there is a very big gap between academia and industry. So when academia people speak, there is a notion that they speak from the textbooks or from the standard guides or the brochures or the handbooks given by the industry people. But teachers with industry connect, or industry people who have passion in delivering lecture, definitely you can visit to nearby engineering institutions, as JNU has set the proper benchmark by collaborating with Mahe, setting up a lab which actually aids the technology, teaching learning, improves the teaching learning. I was visiting the lab, the Throbot, I was very interested, and drainage suction robot, which was fantastic. Really, the knowledge which industry has should be shared with students and teachers and general public through workshops, lectures, and mentorship programs. In this way, any engineering organization can actually involve. That is one way. Volunteering during participation in community projects such as disaster relief, which is happening, environmental conservation, or infrastructure development. So our own area has many problems. Don't you think we have problems in our surrounding? Definitely yes. Each and every city of any developing country will have issues. So as engineers, we can volunteer ourselves and solve at least the problems or issues which are in our domain. And I have seen in my experience, last 4 to 5 years, I'm working with various government organizations. Definitely when you go voluntarily, their support is there. Their support is there, and they are very happy to share their issues or the hurdles which they face in their day-to-day function. And when we have resources, if we help them voluntarily, definitely they are very happy to receive it. So for that I am sure definitely there will be positive response from the government. Always, whenever we say work with government, whether they will accept it or not, that is the one barrier what we have. Definitely they will accept it. If we are helping them with the heart, definitely there will be acceptance. So volunteering is one more way where we can actually serve the society. Next is collaborations and partnerships with the local organizations. Let us say Rotary or Lions, who want to work some community engagements. Definitely we can join our hands as engineering association or organizations, engineering organization who are into solving many issues, or any NGOs who are into the above said issues, or government agencies on projects that benefits the communities. Just like we are working with the coastal superintendent of police. Not only me, I have a team of faculty members as well as students who work on harbor security with artificial intelligence and IoT applications in harbor management. So that we are currently working on it. We already worked and we have developed a prototype with district health officer for pregnant women monitoring and other things. When we have resource, when we have knowledge, public policy and advocacy, definitely we should encash it, contribute to the policy making process and advocate for engineering related issues. So at least we can guide them that this is not the way which is going on. Amendment or addendum to the existing problems or policies, we can actually contribute there and promote importance of engineering in the society. If we don't do policy change, if we don't involve ourselves in policy change, somebody else will come and change the policy without knowing what engineering aspect was there in that. That is the reason I humbly request all engineering fraternity to get involved in public policy making and advocacy. So community development, how can we plan, help in the design and implementation of sustainable solution for community and development. Recently, I was awarded with the patent for designing the barricades. Actually, barricades should not be there on national highways, but Indian road conditions, because of the local pressure and political pressure, people go for barricades, and barricades are kept perpendicular to the national highway. So how can we find out a solution which is actually convincing both the parties? So that is possible. We designed a spiral sort of barricade which is self-collapsing with works with IoT, and the material selected will not damage your vehicle. So, but when the vehicle enters to that spiral curve over a length of 105 meter, so it will gradually reduce speed from 80 kilometer, which is design speed of the highway, to 40 kilometers. So definitely solutions are there. We should find out and help the community development and clean water, renewable energy. Definitely many areas are there. The sewage removing robot was one for this community development, which is a great contribution to this community development. Affordable housing. Nowadays, we see a lot of people homeless. Affordable housing. So yesterday, L&T was presenting 3D printing and robotics both. So it has already done many projects, ground plus one, and mass housing, villa construction, and post office in Bangalore. Many projects they demonstrated with the 3D printing, how fast we can actually solve the problem of affordable housing. Continuing that, STEM education and promotion, inspire and support the next generation of engineers by promoting STEM education. Generally, nowadays, there is a shift from science education to the arts, liberal arts, commerce education. I'm not telling that it is bad. It is also required. We cannot overload the whole society with engineers. So there are people who are required for accounts, who are required for liberal arts and other things. But for a developing country to become developed country, support from the technology and science is must. So we can inspire people using STEM education, promotion and education and promotion. So next is environmental sustainability. How to achieve environmental sustainability? That can be done through engage in initiatives that promote environmental sustainability, such as cleanups. So we can go for Swachh Bharat campaign as engineers. When we do, many people will follow us. Then conservation efforts, maybe afforestation drive. We can have recently last year Namami Ganga project, when I was executing through our university, we invited the Padma Shri awardee Salu Marada Timmaka, who is 112 years old now. She has started the afforestation drive. When she starts, definitely all others are inspired and motivated to go for afforestation. Definitely, that is the one of the best method to involve ourselves in environmental sustainability, which we become the role model for others to continue it. Green technology and development. When we say use green technology, we should first follow green technology in our organization or in our day-to-day life. So that if we start following, everyone start following green technology in our day-to-day life, reuse, what is that? Once again, recycle and think, refuse. So 6 R's are there, right? 6 R's. If we follow in our life, in day-to-day life, definitely we can set a model for others. So disaster response and recovery. So there is shortage of people where when there is a disaster, how to come out of it and how to plan for future. We know that like a particular area in our own city is low lying. From satellite maps we know, from the contours maps what we have, we know how to evacuate. So disaster management plan we don't have. Even if it is there, it is not implemented. So here the intervention of engineering expertise is essential, so that when we present it to our own district authority, definitely they will be happy to accept it. So we are from Mahe, we are trying to implement one of our projects with the district authority is this also, disaster management plan and recover from natural disaster. This will be a great help to save lives of our own people in the nearby location. Most neglected topic, accessibility and inclusion. We think that we are proper, so everyone else can climb this staircase, climb this particular area, or up and down they can easily maneuver. But works on the projects that actually improve this one, what is that? Improve accessibility of the people and inclusivity for the people with the disabilities, or we can say actually marginalized communities. So if we address, when we are sensitive enough, when we design a building or when we call some people with physical disabilities, so when we are sensitive enough to take care of them also, we consider them also as our own equal counterparts. So definitely we will actually provide them infrastructure to mix or mingle with our team, and we provide them equal opportunity for this one. Public engagement and communication. This is the last one, strategy which I thought how an engineer can engage himself or herself in the social engagement. Public engagement and communication by sharing the engineering knowledge and projects with the public through media, events, or social platforms. Generally, this is not happening. That's a problem. This is actually not happening. Many places we do many innovative solutions. So, but we invented something, but it remains invention. It will not become an innovation. So once it is an innovation and innovative product, we should actually publicize this so that many people can utilize it in their life, and we can make, as we say, definition of engineer as he or she is the one who makes others' life easy, right? Easy, or the luxury is provided by them. Day-to-day life, all problems are solved by engineers. So if you have solved problems, if you have addressed some critical issues, yes, it is the time to publicize in the media or through an event or social platform, so that most of the people get benefit out of it. So at the last, I would like to conclude the presentation by saying, embracing the humanity. Each one should think before any activity is done. So humanity must be there in their heart, so that will surely bring a positive change in the other's life. Others, I'm not only addressing human being, I'm also addressing all living being, including plants, trees, animals, birds, any creature which is there on the earth. If we design or plan anything with the humanity, it will definitely bring a positive change in the other's life. Okay, so with this, I thank each one of you for your patient listening, and I wish you a happy Engineers Day for tomorrow. Advanced Happy Engineers Day. I hope everyone will work towards our own society, because micro level, if you work, we cannot say that I will work in national level. Let me first work in our own society level, my own district level or my own taluk level, so that each one person like you, each one, if they work for their taluk, definitely managing India will not be a problem at all. So let us all follow Sir M. Vishweshwaraya, or I have one more great personality who is none other than the Metro Man of India. I am inspired by him also. E. Sridharan sir. He is also like Sir M. Vishweshwaraya. He has achieved many government projects well within the stipulated time, ahead of schedule. Generally, we always blame government projects of behind schedule or delay is there. But he has shown that yes, government projects also can be executed within the time. And lot of revenue generated was actually a contribution to the nation, right? So with this, I hope everyone will follow or idealize their characters or the positives of Vishweshwaraya's life, or we can say E. Sridharan sir's life in our life, so that we become a good engineers, a professional engineers who will be contributing to nation building. Thank you so much.
It was a fantastic presentation. You took me back to my institution days. I was in the executive committee of Institution of Engineers for quite some time from Hyderabad chapter. So I have organized or conducted some Dr. Sir MV's Engineers Day celebrations. So I have 2 points just to add. One is that as Mumbai, now being a Mumbaiker, the World Trade Center is a vision of Dr. MV. You can't imagine that in 1967, right, this building was built. Right? Even today, we have both bankers. Both bankers are from World Trade Center, Exim Bank and IDBI. Right? Even today, it takes for us one big breath to look at the buildings.
Yes,
and for almost 40 years, that was the tallest building in the country. Right? That is one big contribution. Another thing, what we could mention about Dr. Vishwesvaraya is that during those period, Mahatma Gandhiji was very, very popular political leader and a freedom movement leader. But still, he had the clarity in his thinking when Gandhiji was talking about industrialize and perish. And Sir MV was in a position to tell that industrialize or perish, right? That was the slogan. And countering such a massive leader during those days, when he was at his peak, is not an ordinary conviction.
Exactly.
Right. Another third point we always used to, adore him is his meticulous dressing and another things. Many people have referred a lot about his dressing and the way he keeps himself. And even a visitor goes to his office, he expects them to be properly dressed and properly. Even big people, I think, they were asked to go back and come back after a proper dressing. There are a lot of things. We can read books about Sir MV. Thanks. It happened to be a Saturday very close to Engineers Day. And thanks that you are having so much information and great. Our congratulations for your patents also. We'll again meet once again, right, in some other occasion. Thank you.
Just I was saying that you made a very interesting lecture, and particularly the tidbits that you spoke about Vishwesvaraya ji, I think they are not easily available on the net or anywhere. So these tidbits are very valuable inputs about his life and his way he conducted himself. I have one slightly ticklish question for you.
Please.
We have made giant strides in civil engineering, absolutely no doubt about that. And the way the construction industry is booming in India and how we are making all the metros and all the big constructions, underpasses under the mountains, we are doing big things. But on the
Yes,
flip side, we are also having a same situation where there are disasters and accidents, and something is happening which is bringing a bad name to the country, to the outside world,
Exactly.
because like bridges are falling, roads are getting problematic in no time. So this particular session is a session where you are a civil engineer and JanyuTech is a IT sort of company. So I was just thinking that what can be the synergy between the two of this? Already the work is going on in Manipal as a center there, but what could be the technological intervention related to IT so that there is a better monitoring of the processes to be done at site, in situ, where
Yes,
the
sir.
job is done? How can we monitor through technology that the cement is being properly laid, the work is being done on time, there's enough
Yeah.
time given for sort of setting time is given, the piling is done properly. So all that aspects, how can technology intervene in India? Because one is the corruption part, which is endemic, and that won't change. And the only way
Yeah.
to change is to have a digital monitoring of that. Already, government is looking at Jammu and Kashmir for total monitoring of all the projects that are going on there through sort of
Yes.
remote monitoring and using satellite technology, other things. So I was just looking at civil engineering, whether this can be thought of as an option and advocated as a policy intervention. That no road in India will be made with the basic protocols being digitally
Right.
monitored. And
Yes.
another question I have for you, besides this, is that we are building a lot of concrete roads now across
Okay.
the country, and there are certain issues in concrete which are sort of to be taken care. One is that there are a lot of accidents which are happening on concrete road because of the tire pressures in automobiles and other things, and also probably slippages are also higher as compared to asphalt road or other roads. Or so, what should be the basic thinking as a designer, or what should be the check so that these type of accidents don't happen? Although the concrete roads are expensive as compared to asphalt roads. And second thing is whether we should be using fly ash as an option in roads. Because fly ash is one thing which is easily available, and you talked about sustainable development. And in sustainable development, I think fly ash is the one commodity which is being generated by billions of tons across India.
Exactly.
So why can't we use that fly ash more as a policy intervention, and whether it will be safe for our high-speed roads? That is the question.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So I'll
Thank you.
answer the first question first. The first question
Yes,
was, is there any possibility of intervention of IT in construction so that digitally we monitor everything? Am I right?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. So now Indian contracts itself has taken action towards implementation of BIM model before any project is implemented. Now, any major contracts in India does not come to minor projects, but any major projects in India has to be first designed in building information modeling, and then it has to be executed. That has already come in national highways. And one more thing where intervention of technology or the IT technology can come into picture is structural health monitoring. Like in India, as you rightly said, many of the projects we generally construct it and leave it. Then we don't monitor its health. That's a problem. What exactly the stress and strain which is happening inside the structure when it is under service or when it is under application, that is not being monitored till today. So only some of the very important bridges now they have started doing structural health monitoring. At least I can see a positive wave towards implementation of technology in this one as a policy decision. Like any contract, anything and everything, it should be implemented on BIM. Major projects are getting implemented on BIM. That is a positive sign, what I can say. As well as structural health monitoring, it is very common in abroad. Now it is initiated at least in India in some of the bridges. So the place where I live, I have many bridges which are very, very old. In Manipal, Mangalore road, if you see, very old bridges, but very strong. But just by visualization, I cannot say it is strong or not. I should have a digital sensors which should actually fetch the data acquisition system should be there. It should continuously send me message that whether the bridge is safe or not. That process is already underway, That is a positive thing. Central government has implemented building information modeling mandatory. So I hope I have answered your first question, sir.
Thank you. And
Second
I think what you are saying is something like an elevator sort of licensing. Every year you have to get the license. Same way for major bridges, I think it can be thought of.
Yeah,
like you
sir.
do for elevators, like for lift and elevators you do. Same thing can be adopted
Renewal.
for at least. Yes, please.
Renewal.
Yes, please.
License renewal you are talking about, right?
No, elevators, whatever are put in building, they get a license every 2 years or 1 year. So that way some
Correct.
mandatory cross check should be there, just to take into any disaster.
Yes, I was talking about continuous health monitoring. In any time, time it should be given
with an IoT device. But it may be slightly expensive at this point. But it may be slightly expensive. I'm not sure how it work out.
Actually, if you embed it inside during the construction of new bridge itself, it is not costly. Monitoring,
but what will cost? Right.
Yeah, monitoring will be costly only if you embed it from outside. So there are many factors which actually disturbs your so that it can get spoiled. Sensor, once it gets spoiled, then it is a problem. So if we are embedding it inside, so it is protected. So durability will be more. So that problem is taken care. Yes, sir. Moving on to second problem, the second questions what you asked, the roads, construction of concrete roads. Why can't we add fly ash? Yes. First of all, as you said, concrete road construction itself is not advisable for high-speed vehicles. So generally, any expressways are constructed or road standard actually says you should go for asphalt or bituminous road. So only in the stretches where they have faced many problems with the maintenance, that is a lot of potholes formation because of the low lying area or water table is being high, there they go for concrete roads. Concrete roads, the issue is tire pressure increase in the wear and tear, point number one. Point number two, tire pressure increase and burst of tire and then accidents. These are the common problems. So if that has to be properly monitored, then definitely there should be systems in automobile also which should actually alert. Nowadays, present day cars we have, what is the tire pressure? If it is going increasing, then it actually alerts. So such systems are there. By incorporating fly ash, definitely sustainability increases. But pavement quality concrete, still it is many researchers are going on by adding fly ash, how to reduce the cement content and how much maximum replacement of fly ash can be added to it. So as I told you, adding it and going for a PQC is the better option. But in the same way, on the other hand, there is problem of this daytime glare, wear and tear, as well as this tire pressure. These are the three things which should be addressed by the civil engineer during design of expressway or national highways where vehicles will be at higher speeds. It is still under research. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.